Bludhaven. How blood became new blood. So yeah, time to start reading the spin-off of Light and Dark Dew. And unfortunately, Nimbus could not join us for this reading, which means none of the Pinkie Pie blood voice in this story that is about blood. That's terrible.
Hey, you'll get it in the second half. And believe me, you're probably gonna want it a lot in the second half.
Well, if you say so. Well, anyway, I suppose you should probably read the summary here, though.
Prequel to... Wait, summary. Prequel to Dark Soldier about what blood was done in Heaven up to the end of the time loops.
Chapter 1. My name's Blood.
Ian, Queen I gonna value us or tell you us as hell one. Anyway, see, hers more thick, but not same thick, but is connected. Colon parentheses.
Wait, what's Tedios Askunhail?
Oh, it was eigenvalues in math.
Ah. Right. Yeah, math can be tedious as hell, can't it? SN. Low.
Ian, is that how you spell law in Judge Dredd? By the way, did you see Dredd 2012?
No, actually I didn't, and I don't think I've seen the original one either, but I do know about the I am the law!
No, not the best one. You betray the law! Law! But Dredd 2012 is actually pretty good. The best way to describe it is like if the Raid Redemption crossed with RoboCop. Because it's essentially a dude goes in a building, and he shoots people up, and that's your movie. Fun ride!
Well,
CG Blood sucks, though, but to be fair for what they were doing in Dread, they probably couldn't have done with normal blood sacks. So I'll give them a pass there. But it's still CG Blood.
yeah. Personally, the last thing I saw last movie I saw was The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which I went to see the other day.
I have no clue to know about it, because here's the thing, I heard polarizing things all over the place for it. I basically heard a Baskin-Robbins 31 flavor emporium of differing opinions, to put it the best.
Yeah, let's put it like this, I can understand where everyone is coming from. Personally, I can't say I'm overly fond of it.
I'm pretty sure I've probably heard the reasons in about the 31 different flavors I went through. I still will probably get to it at one point or another. But, what was the last movie I saw? It was... Oh yeah, it was The Thin Red Line. Right. Let me just briefly talk about this. This is an odd coincidence. Here's a movie that basically was made in the same year, or came out the same year as Saving Private Ryan, and where that one used a lot of shaky cam to give a great disorienting feel. This one literally has almost none, and the battles are just as effective. Anyways...
Yeah, we should probably get started here. Also, for this fic, I'm considering just going back to my normal video style of having like one edited video and one commentary, because as I've mentioned before, the regular Light and Dark Dew videos take forever to do anything with.
Fair enough. For spin-offs, we could do it like this, because they aren't as meaty.
So.
My name's Blood Banana, King of Shinigami.
I roared. No, I roared.
We Shinigami can't storm Haven whenever we united, so I suggest you give me your chef for some blood banoffee bee.
Oh, God is in this story. So, how did I do that voice again? I remember it being very
It sounded very pathetic like this!
Alright. One of these days, Blood. God whimpered because he was sad his funny kingdom and God powers held nothing on the Shinigami. held nuttin on the Shinigami of crops. I love being king. Smoosh went the yummy blood banoffee with my now endless stoke blood banana. No, with my now endless stoke bold bananas. Then I slathered the wit walls in my new mansion. In my new mansion, God made me red with blood, so now it was the blood mansion. Lots of heavy stuff's happened, but they really weren't impotent until one day.
Tell me, God, do multiple ones exits?
I questioned with curious face. Ask Stein, he studies this shit. Then God ran in fear, cause he's just that good. I see that blood does not have an ego at all. So I got it on my hell bike and began my ride to hell retribution. For something. I don't know what the retribution's for. Okay, then. SN. Infernal Kasumigasaki Smotive.
Ride to hell retribution.
I shooted while driving through Earth and Dew Hall. Wick was all fire and demons and a giant red carpet Dew Stands Hall.
Knock, knock.
I grinned into the door. And here's Satan. Should I perhaps voice him with the Tom Bombadil voice?
Well, yes, do it indeed. I would highly recommend it.
Okay then. Who the hell are you? Get it? A voice responded.
Blood Banana, King of Shinigami. Shinigami King.
That introduction was kind of redundant.
Well, that's his full name followed by his title. So it's redundant and not redundant at the same time.
So, King of Shinigami is part of his name.
Yes, Blood Shinigami is short for Blood Banana King of Shinigami.
Okay then. Cumin! Said the mysterious voice, cuming mysteriously.
WTF. Satan is an old man with no nose.
Oh, so it really is Tom Bombadil. Look at my full name card. It's Tom Satan with old Voldemort Bombadil.
Hey, Satan, do multiple words exits?
Do they? Why don't I show you? As Voldemort pulled out a sceptral wand, Taht looked like it came from an evil tree. Some magic light shooted out and made a visio, Taht, he narrated. Yeah, I should probably say that part, yeah. Flashback for Voldemort! I don't even know why I considered having you read that, but... At one point, an Abracadabra spill form a goth was about to doom me. No, was about to dom me when I teleported away. The video showed a blast of magic 10 slow mode for a shot of a teleport Voldemort into a mysterious nothingness, into an odd vortex. Also, am I just imagining it, or has the spelling started getting better already? Like, it seems like, at least I feel like I've got an easier time reading this than I normally do.
Maybe part of it is because I made the grammar less shitty because I realized I couldn't fully rust with Fabio. And, not to spoil too much, but there is you know how the Archist put a little literary device that the presence of a stew actually alters the grammar and spelling? There is something I will be doing for that similarly, but there's something I should probably note. At this point, I kind of fixating on a bit of a hiatus, because in order to properly write many of the next set of characters, I have to watch a ton of movies. Like, let me just mention a bunch of movies I had to watch in the past recent while. The Fifth Element, Taken, The Thin Red Line, as I said earlier, The Fountain, and this weekend I'm getting a copy of Leon the Professional to watch, and I won't spoil too much as to what all of this is leading up to, but there are many more I'm watching. But let's just say when it does come out, think of the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, except it's not just historical figures. Or at least the identity of a historical figure goes beyond whether someone essentially had extraordinary abilities, but actually did other extraordinary things. And hopefully not like the terrible movie with Sean Connery.
Well, I think I've seen, like, your post on that forum you made about what you're planning to do, so I kind of know, I guess. Incidentally, the idea sounds epic.
Thanks.
Also, it occurs to me, I've been reading a lot of stuff that just gets gradually better spelled along the way recently, haven't I? Or at least this and Hootrek, which went from being practically Raspe-Fabio to practically flawless in the last 2 chapters.
And the Totoro was priceless. Anyways, let's get back to this.
Yes. So, that vortex you see is what's known as the interdimensional rift. I studied it, but near fort it Nedit. Then I went to do an alternate one. I studied where Vernon Dursley was my son. One.
Yeah, the Voldemort and Who is Voldemort's dad is the same as the Voldemort and My Immortal.
Sounds legit. At this point, I asked,
So, did that Palanturn oit? So, did that Palanturn oit better?
yes! I lived and Dumbledore was gone, and had my son in charge of Hogwarts.
So, did you try expelling other Dimansons?
Not yet, because I'm fine in this one. But I made a special machine that travels them.
Tarvels.
That tarvels them. Here do tats et on a random ward?
Yes.
I grinned blood. And for this next line, I'm tempted to quote the Aladdin song.
Do it in your Christian Bale voice.
So Vladimont shot at me too.
A whole new world.
I can't sing in the blood voice.
It's okay. Maybe we should use another singing voice, like the ever-talented singing voice of Russell Crowe. Squinty frown, singing in percussive notes when it should be classical. It's really off, and it doesn't work at all.
Well,
Speaking about that wasn't even the most embarrassing thing Russell Crowe did. Did you see Winter's Tale?
I do not believe I have no.
Oh man, it is so hilariously bad. It's directed by the writer of Batman and Robin, Akiva Goldsman. He also did Beautiful Mind, Cinderella Man, but he also did Lost in Space. So he either usually makes something that'll get critically acclaimed or will be complete insanity. Kind of his thing. He also was apparently a writer for Fringe, but I never saw it. Anyways, Winter's Tale has Colin Farrell with a 90s mullet. They find a horse that's a Pegasus that's actually a spiritual dog, and they all refer to it as horse, even though it has a name that is mentioned once. You got Russell Crowe in this indecipherable Irish accent, which is almost as bad as Steve Martin's French accent when in the horrible Sean Levy Pink Panther films. And you have a girl with tuberculosis so severe her feet melt snow.
The hell?
And then there's another part where literally Colin Farrell sexes a girl to death because the demons drugged her or something. And do you know who's the leader of the demons?
No idea.
Will Smith in a Jimi Hendrix t-shirt in the 1900s. The Fresh Prince of Darkness, Lucifer.
The hell? Anyway, back to the story, perhaps.
Yep.
In the new world, SN, Earthbound victim. I was riding motorcycle, but something in throat, so spat and caused some expulsions. But spit wasn't set on apocalypse. No, but spit wasn't set on apocalypse. Oh, but spit wasn't set on apocalypse. So it just took out the horse street, while I eviled and whistled the earthbound bike theme, evilly. So his spit has multiple settings. Well, I suppose that would explain why he doesn't destroy the universe every time he spits, because that would kind of imply that he has never spat before. I charged into a hall, where I saw a badass-looking man tending to some android. I gave face. Listen, Bloodfields. This is the version. So, who is this badass-looking man tending to some android? Oh, is that Saber?
Yeah, it totally is.
Well, then this conversation is going to get confusing as hell.
Yes, I'm busy. Yes, I'm busy rebuilding a dead android here. How would the robots die? His circuits acted all funny in the fort, making this Suzaka dude who loves switching sides so much he jumped between shady. He jumped between shady and non-shady place. He jumped between shady and non-shady space in parks in summer, a member of our Knights of the Round, who are like really powerful and important dudes, was a god idea, and then he got killed. My name is Saber El Badass Badu, and this is my Z-Saber.
He showed off a badass Z-shaped Saber, but at first I thought he meant the Z-Saber from Mega Man X. Just then, a blood banana dorped and I ate it. Saber questioned.
Is that banana made of blood? Wait, what the hell are you? Why do you have like a creepy body of creepy blood? Blood Banana King of Shinigami. Shinigami King. Why have I never heard of that before?
Also, my voice.
Maybe because I'm from the Death Note world. Wait one moment.
I summoned the machine and had it scans this wood.
By the way, do you know what the whole salmon for summoning comes from?
Not sure.
Chaos Wars, infamously bad video game dubbing. A lot of the voice actors are relatives of the sound director because it was on a budget, and they have no emotion whatsoever. It is fascinatingly awful.
No emotion. That reminds me of the Finnish dub of Digimon, where
Oh, yeah,
apparently
I
half
remember
the
being
cast
told
was
about that.
literally voiced by a computer.
Well, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, like I've seen some clips of it, and they like the characters were just running around all happily and laughing and stuff, but the laughing was like ha 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 ha. And I'm probably giving them too much emotion with that imitation. Anyway, machine voice, so I suppose that calls for my Microsoft Sam imitation. Universe identified. The machine replied. Code Geass, awesome of the rebellion.
Who is this awesome?
I asked. Zaber interjoked.
He is my enemy, and I built this android after killing the actual guy who was the stand.
And I'm sure that Sir Alpha's actual explanation will make even less sense than that.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, he
course this is
promised
made
that it
way
would make
early.
less sense than awesome just life geassing him back to life, and
Which makes it all the more exciting.
yes, although that reminds me, Sir Alpha, where is the next chapter?
Good point. We'll see.
All this exposing is boring me. Fix that robot so we can do something else. Last wire. And there.
Zaber smirked.
Have you ever watched Attack of the Killer Tomatoes? There's a joke about ketchup, and you might like it, because ketchup is kinda like blood. Ketchup is like blood. I use ketchup as blood because it is blood.
Wait, what? I would have assumed it was like the other. Wasn't it the other way around? He uses blood as ketchup because it is blood?
You got so bored from all the expositing, it reverses order.
Okay then. Techen, we did the ketchup song. SN, ketchup song.
Again, this song plays over the next scene, not just this sentence, because data be a waste, lol. Except I souped ketchup with...
This part isn't an AN anymore, so.
Oh, oops. Oh, by the way,
Surprise.
one thing about this SNs, if you ever feel there's white space in the commentaries, don't be afraid of adding in your own music to make it less empty.
Well, when there's just, like, silence in the commentaries, I typically just edit them out.
Right. Like, for the SNs, when we're doing the Light and Dark Do readings, when there should be music playing, yeah.
Like, sometimes we spend too much time talking off topic so the songs end too early and stuff like that.
That sometimes happens, so don't be afraid to put in your own soundtrack to compensate this.
Right. I do remember that one chapter where the narration specifically pointed out, like, that they did the whoa.
Actually, it's supposed to be the whoa. You just read it wrong there, but I forgot to tell you. But yeah, that's one
well,
example.
Like, at the time we read that, I don't think I even knew what the song was, but yeah, for that I actually had to, like, resume the song after it had long since ended, so.
Yeah, I remember that.
Anyway, second half of the sentence. Except I souped ketchup with blood and went for the movie. So, are they going to see a movie now?
Yes! Now you get to
They're going
see
to see Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes!
The highlights of the movie in montage.
So tomato juice is like blood banana because it kills?
I asked and Zaber nodded.
I love how this film tires two paths of San Fran as New York.
Zaber lolled. Now, that reminds me of a Norwegian movie I heard about once that's tried to pass off the Norwegian capital as New York. And people were talking about how ridiculous that was.
Okay, go on.
I don't really see how that was so hilarious, but...
You
No.
know, to me, just, that's not even in the same country. And, like, that just sounds so far off and it's hilarious.
Well, it's more like just trying to portray the Norwegian capital as New York is often portrayed, like being a total hellhole of crime everywhere, when I'm pretty sure the Norwegian capital is not like that at all.
Right. I've been to New York once. Has a lot of cigarette smoke, but has a lot of pretty neon lights.
Lol, he died because he said ketchup.
I lolled because he died and the tomatoes were like... We're all like...
No. This is the tomatoes cry. Nye, 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 nye.
Okay. I lolled because he died and the tomatoes were all like... Nye, 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 nye.
That song is powerful enough to end the word.
We surged from puberty love, cause it sounded like Satan wrote it, so next him, we meet is this 3 L's or ill or what?
I think it's ill. Yeah, it's ill.
So next him, we meet ill as him, what other word-ending things he wrote?
OMG, a giant chicken. I want to eat some chicken from KGB, wherever that restaurant is.
Then we googled it and leaned, it was no restaurant. And leaned, it was no restaurant and gave face. After the movie, Zaber raised his Z-Saber and said,
Blood, I think we called that's each other some. I think we called that's each other's strong. I want to spar and fight and lean for both of us. Will do.
I grinned.